What's up? I'm Michelle Visa, and you're watching TTS Podcast.
Tune in.
Yeah. These bitches only know basic shit, you know? The world is bigger than that. You gotta get your priorities straight, you feel me?
What mean the world to me? Passenger in a foreign V. Flawless diamonds and exotic treats. With my rich king, no IG. Island hopping in the clear blue sea. Making love on jet skis. When you have your own chicken, these niggas less appealing. And if you ain't worth $1 million, I don't want your opinion. I done seen everything. Murder to drug dealing. Good girl turn villain. Listen. It's Visa, y'all can't swipe shit. Bitch, I'm on point. I'm sharp as an ice pick. Flow tight as some vice grips. Wagging with nice lips. These fuck boys can't pipe this. Smoke a bitch, nigga is a must. Might fuck his brains out, then blow his brains out when he busts. In this 9 is all I trust. And it's family over everything. All we got is us.
What mean the world to me?
Catching ops.
What mean the world to me?
Smoking Zod, taking shots.
What mean the world to me?
Killing bitches, what's the plot?
Welcome back, everybody. Another Tuesday episode. This one's a little different here. This is the first of TTS episodes. Very unique one. We have our very special guest, first female on this episode.
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Michelle Visa. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Michelle Visa, like the credit card. All right?
Swipe it.
Everywhere you want to be.
Okay.
That beat was dope. I like that. Who made that?
You already know the man himself.
Man. I like how you brought us in there. That was real vibey.
Yes. He got a unique touch.
Mm-hmm.
So Buffalo born and raised.
Yeah.
What was your childhood like?
I was a tomboy most of my life. I started doing music at a very young age. I can play the violin. I can play the saxophone. My dad was actually a bodyguard for Rick James. So, that's kind of how I was like introduced, to music and stuff like that. So my childhood, my parents weren't together, but they did what they could to, co-parent the best way that they could.
Okay.
So
Where did you go to school?
So I kind of bounced around a lot. I was in Buffalo. And I went to like School 76. That's on the west side. Then I moved to Ohio, and that's when I really got into like this rap group called the Troublemakers, and that was an era. I feel like if the internet would have been like around when I was like that, I think we would have probably blew up because it was crazy.
The Troublemakers?
The Troublemakers. That was the group I was in.
Okay. What'd you guys do? Like,
we made trouble. We started trouble.
Musically or?
yeah, pretty much. A little bit of both. But
okay.
We would actually perform at like block parties and, family functions and stuff like that. And, like I said, tomboy. So I was, we was wrestling, we was climbing trees, we was in the dirt, then we was rapping. So,
that's special. That's special.
Yeah.
So being a tomboy growing up, did you face any like indifferences, going through life, or how did you?
It was crazy because I actually didn't know like, and not to like make this sound weird, but like I didn't know I was attractive. I just thought I was like one of the, you know what I'm saying? One of the. Yeah, so it was like when I kind of got to high school, I'm like, I didn't even get my ears pierced. I was like 17. So it was like, I'm like, they're like, oh, you look nice. I'm like, I look nice. Like, I look good and stuff like that. So, I mean, tomboy was fun because it was like, they'll call me, like my sisters, my cousins, like, oh, these people are bothering us. I'm coming down to see what's going on. Like, where they at? Where they at? But I never started it, but I'll be more than happy to finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't start any trouble, though.
So that group was all about trouble.
Yeah, it was fun, though. It was Troublemakers. Like, it was me, my sister, my cousin. My older cousin was the one who kind of was, like, managing us. And, it wasn't all just straight bad stuff. Like, we weren't bad kids. You know what I'm saying? You
said it was an error.
Mischievous. We had fun. You know what I'm saying? We would ride on somebody if we had to. Only when provoked, though. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't start no trouble now.
Okay. So music, you said you played a lot of instruments.
Yeah, so I actually want to get back into it. But I played the violin for many years and alto saxophone. So I actually want to purchase like some of those for my house. Like I would love to actually buy some like some new ones, a nice one.
Okay.
But I haven't yet, and I definitely want to like try to do like keyboard. Like I'm still open to learning. Like I really want to take.
You love challenging yourself.
Yeah, trying new things.
You gotta have a very strong mental to do that. You know, being very athletic, training.
Yeah, I play basketball, so that's always, I lift weights right now. I'm in, you know what I mean? I do a bunch of stuff you can find online. I'm actually starting up my YouTube channel where people can actually follow along because I put these little clips up on social media and everybody's like, oh, you're motivating me, you're inspiring me. But, it's still hard for me to do it. So I'm like, now I'm actually in the process of getting my new channel together where they can actually follow along because that's what I did during COVID. I found a trainer that was on YouTube that put out videos every day, almost every other day. And, it was easier for me to just follow along. So that's kind of what I'm
Where do you find
the
motivation to keep going with that?
As far as like weight loss and fitness?
Yeah, just healthy.
I mean, who's going to take care of me but me? I can't take care of anybody else if my health isn't right.
Absolutely.
So it's like I have no choice but to take care of myself. And my day literally starts, like I've been up since 4:30 in the morning. Like my workouts start early. My day starts early. I feel like if I sleep past 9 o'clock, like I am late. I am missing
You get that funny feeling like when you're just
like,
sluggish.
oh man, I messed up. Like I missed so many hours. You know what I'm saying? So the motivation is just when I know like it's going to get greater later. Like you got to put that work in.
Do you ever along your journey, do you ever get in like those little spurts of, down and just, you don't want to.
Definitely. I've had a lot of, over the past couple of years, a lot of like tragedy. I had some losses, family and stuff like that. Like just kind of hard to talk about. But I mean, I cried out. People don't know. Like you living your best life. Like you don't know what I'm doing right now. You don't know what's going on. If some people don't know you. So I cried sometimes every day. You know what I mean? A piece of my heart is gone. Like I'm in grieving, but you wouldn't know that just from like looking at me and seeing me around and stuff like that. But I go through it all the time. I just take it one day at a time, actually one moment at a time, because I'll be feeling okay in the morning and then I feel like crap 2 hours later. Or I felt like crap and then I said, you know what? This is just
You find comfort in, you find new comfort in singing and stuff like that, rapping?
Yeah, I find comfort in music, listening to other music, definitely working out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? My family, spending time with my family, things like that. Listening to other people's music. Definitely.
Yeah, see, people fail to realize, just because a person's life ain't always public, they always have the troubles, they always have the struggles no matter where you at in your life. Yeah. You can be very successful,
Yeah, and look at like Robin Williams, look at that one lady, she was like, what was she, like Miss America or something? I can't think, Christy, I think her name was, she killed herself. Like people are battling with a lot of things, and that's why I'm just all about like be kind. Like we're in the era of like the internet where people just say whatever they want. Like you don't know if somebody's like close to suicide and people go out there and say rude and nasty things to other people, and I'm just like, you don't know what anybody's going through. Like be kind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but sometimes I be with it. Like sometimes they'll say stuff about me. Like I'm on these viral shows called Sing or Swim. So basically in the summertime we got sponsored by BET to like go to different cities and do these pool parties, and it's called Sing or Swim. So basically, if you get tipped back in a chair, and you basically have to say the lyrics. If you don't know the lyrics, you get dunked. But if you know the lyrics, you win. So I usually win. Okay, I know my music, but it's like
karaoke?
Yeah, I know they cut the words out. Like you have to, they'll give you like 2 bars and then you got to finish it. Oh, okay. So if you don't finish it, you're in the water. So I get people like saying stuff like that, like, oh, you wearing a bikini and you're this and you're that. And it's just like, I just go through their page and I find their photos and I pull their cards and I put it right there. And I'm like, look at you. Mm-hmm. Why are you saying mean stuff? Do you have the right to, you know what I mean? And then usually they just stop. Yeah. But it's just like, just be kind. You know what I mean? People are going through so much. And I literally have people tell me like, you inspire me, you motivate me, like just kind words. I called this woman Queen the other day. Thank you, Queen. And she said, man, it's my birthday. I felt like crap. You responded to me like that made me feel, you know what I mean? Feel good.
It's the small gestures in life that people.
Be kind.
They can go a long ways. Holding a door.
For sure. For sure.
So, you're tied into the radio and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
So basically, I was with WBLK for years. I started out as an intern. So I recommend anybody that's trying to get into radio, like go through as an intern. I started interning in the promotions department, and I was like, I want to be on air. So I just, I made an air check and I stayed around and I just helped out where I could, and I ended up eventually getting hired. Then I was there for about 5-6 years, and then COVID happened, and they kind of like laid everybody off, and nobody knew what was going on. Nobody was advertising. There was no money. So, you know, we kind of got like laid off, but they actually just brought me back. I had a meeting like 2 weeks ago. So BLK has this show called Homegrown Heat, and they play local music during Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. So I'm gonna be tied in with that show, and also this Queen City Collective. And so basically all the Queen City events, I'm gonna have people hit me up about fashion shows, open mics, release parties, and we're gonna shout it out. We're gonna talk about it. Like, BLK is syndicated, you know what I'm saying? They're owned by XXL, so they have their jocks are not even from the community. So they're bringing me back in to kind of, you know, stay in touch with the community.
You know what's crazy is
I'm excited.
WBLK was one of I still listen to them, you know, but I always remember the Visa report.
Hey, the Visa report. Visa approved.
Hey.
Yeah, or Visa denied, however I'm feeling. But that was an era. Like, that was so much fun to me.
It's crazy, though. I remember hearing this, and I'm just like, yo, it's pretty interesting.
So now, like I said, with XXL being syndicated, we're kind of still, like, they still want me to do the Visa approved. I'm like, it's different, though. Like, because they don't want me to talk about any celebrity gossip. So if you go to my TikTok or my Facebook, I still do like Visa
that's where the spiciness is at. Like, you got it. Yeah,
but on air right now, it's going to be focused on, like, you know, the Homegrown Heat and the Queen City Collective, and just like showing love to all the local artists and creatives. Yeah, that's beautiful. Doing stuff. So,
okay, wow, that's interesting how one door closes and then all these ones just open up right away, right?
Yeah.
What was your biggest struggle in life, would you say?
Biggest struggle, I would just say probably just like finding the courage to keep going. Like, stuff that you see, and you know, you see everybody, oh, they're living, or they got what they want, or people you know directly know, like they blew up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a struggle. That's a daily struggle. Like, when my time gonna come? I've been doing it as long as they have. So I think that's the daily struggle. Just trying to be consistent and believing in myself and pushing myself and motivating myself. Like, that's the hardest, because, you know, people can try to motivate you and say, you got to do this, you got to do that, but it's got to come from the inside. If you don't, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's coming to save you. No. So what you going to do?
That's a fact. You know what I mean? Not everyone will extend their arm.
Oh, they won't.
You know,
people want you to need them just so they won't help you. Like, people do that. Like, oh, you know, and then you go and say, hey, I need this. I can't help you. Like, oh, let me know what you need. I'll do this. And then
when
I really need studio time, or I need this. Oh, I can't. So it's just, you know, that's a struggle too.
In your music, what's some of the collaborations you have?
So some collaborations I have is we did this song called Way Up. It's with El Camino. He signed to BSF. And also we have one called Fake Love. That's with Hemer the Steamer from BSF. So those are my guys over there. I worked with some other artists. This other guy I worked with, I got this song, a video about to drop. It's called Funga Alafia. It's an African greeting, but the video is going to be super dope. That's by a kid named Aki. So shout out to him. That's going to be dropping soon. And then Mona Visa, that's like the group that I'm in. It's a duo, me and this other girl, Juicy Monet. So we've been working on some stuff, and I've been doing my solo thing too. So I'm excited for like all the new things that's happening.
2023.
It's just a lot. It's so much to juggle. Like, I was just telling my family, like, I need an assistant. I was just saying, like, it's so much to do on your own. Yourself thin. But who's gonna do it like you? So it's kind of like,
to do it yourself. To get
I might not need an assistant, because I don't want anybody just to get in the way or have these expectations of people that it's just not gonna happen.
Wow, that's crazy. See, a lot of people fail to realize if you grow too big, you do need that good support team.
Right. You definitely need a team. You do. It's harder. You can't do everything on your own, but
it's hard to find
when
that
you're
genuine.
not on that level, people are not going to tap into what you're selling or what you're buying. You know what I mean? You got some people that might be like, oh, I'm around, but some people are not going to believe it. Some people are going to wait until you blow and then, oh, I want to be down.
So would you consider yourself like an underdog of the area? I mean, you ran out there, you know what I mean?
I definitely think I'm an underdog. I see a lot of people like, oh, people are popular, that's why they're this and they're that. I definitely feel like I'm an underdog, and I definitely worked hard to get where I'm trying to go. Like, I'm still grinding. Like, I'm definitely an underdog. Like, people count me out all the time. So I'm just in the process of proving them all wrong.
And along your success, what's your biggest memory that you have remembered so far? that you really enjoyed?
I would just say performing. Recently, I don't know if you're familiar with Rome Streets. He signed to Griselda. So, like I'm in tune with like guys that are like super raw but on the come up, but they're still like they have these record deals. So anyway, I performed at this place called Scully's in Columbus, and this was just like a couple weeks ago. And Rome Streets, he came out, and you know he's co-signed by West Side Gun. Like he's one of the dopest artists I've heard in a long time. And I'm rapping and I'm doing my thing, and I had to pay to open up, which is something I never really do because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the person you're opening up for ain't gonna hear you, or you might be wasting your money or something like that. But he actually heard me. I'm up there spitting. And Griselda have some diehard fans. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with their fans. Like, they fans buy their merch. They don't care how much it costs. So I was like tapping into that market. Right, yeah, like they really are on it. So Rome Streets, he like, I guess he heard me say my name. So he DM'd me like, yo, you fire. I just heard you get off the stage. Like, that's crazy. Like, and that's, you know what I mean? It was just all respect, so much respect. So I'm like, this dude, I drove 6 hours like to come do this show, and for him to tell me that, like that was definitely a moment where I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing this for nothing. It. Like people are paying attention, even if in your hometown they don't see it, other people see it. You know what I'm saying? People get wrapped up in, oh, Buffalo don't support me or this area. Like you can't, like most of the time that's not your target audience. Like they're not going to believe it until
you do it.
Yeah, so they're gonna be the last people to be on the follow train.
Look at that whole mob you just mentioned. You know, BSF and Griselda, all of them. You know what I mean? They really paved the way here. And what I foresee in this Buffalo area, you know what I mean? I'll get your opinion on it too. There's the thing's gonna blow up. You know what I mean? Buffalo's gonna on the next verge of the limelight. You know what I mean? Like I said, all these underdogs that have been shunned upon. You know what I mean? Paid for their whatever. You know what I mean? All the things are gonna blow up here, and you know what I mean. There's gonna be a lot of positive exposure to Buffalo.
Yeah, I definitely think you know, they're not the only people that's gonna you know, do great things. There's so many talented people here, but they definitely paved the way and have people looking like, yo, now people are proud to say I'm from Buffalo. Like before, you know what I mean? You know how I used to be back in the day, oh, New York City and New York and stuff like that. Like, nah, Buffalo got some spitters. Like LeBron James is checking for them. Like, you know what I mean? Some of the biggest people in the world are listening to their music. But, you know, then you have some people in Buffalo who've never heard of them at all. So it's still, you have to grind, you have to work. Like, you got to make music for your, you know, who's checking for you, realize who your fan base is, and, you know, stuff like that.
How would you measure success?
Honestly, I measure success how my family view me. If my family's proud of me. If my father's like, yo, you did great. My mom said you did great. I can take care of my mom. I can take care of my dad. Like, that's success to me.
So giving back to who brought you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For sure.
So you're a strong family believer?
Oh, yeah. I would. I mean, because there's so many fake people out there. Like, I honestly believe it's more bad people than good, to be real. It's a lot of people who have ill intent than good intentions. So, yeah, it's all about family. I have a very small circle. They keep me grounded. They, you know what I'm saying? They keep it real with me. And I trust them with my life. So...
Besides working out, what else do you find? Like, are you religiously, or do you meditate? What else do you do?
I mean, I do pray. It's crazy though, because my dad is like spiritual. He's more spiritual, like Rastafarian. He believes, you know, there is a God and things like that. But like my mom believes in Jesus Christ. She's a Christian, so I was privy to have like both sides of that. So, you know, I do pray and believe in higher power, but I'm all about like yin and yang, good and bad, right and wrong. It's black and white. It's good and evil. Like, what kind of person you're going to be.
It's there, you know what I mean? It's whatever one you feed the most. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, people fail to realize money, drugs, and all that, they don't dictate, you know what I mean, evil. Evil is naturally here from day one.
Yeah. You know, people know right from wrong. That's just what it is.
How would you want to be viewed, like your legacy? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to be looked at when?
I definitely want to be remembered as like she did something great. Like she helped people. So I have this after school program called Teen Talk. It started out as a podcast on WBLK and I actually turned it into after school program. So I'm in like several of the inner city high schools. Big shout out to East High School, shout out to Bennett High School, Riverside. Like I'm in a bunch of different high schools where I teach them to do what I do, communications, broadcasting, some video production, public speaking, just keeping them aware of social, emotional issues, self-esteem, mental health. Like, I'm in the trenches with these kids. I buy them food, sneakers. They call me. I have kids from years ago who still call me and ask me for advice and stuff like that. So I want to be remembered as a good person. I want to be remembered as a person who, you know what I'm saying, actually helped people, you know what I'm saying, and actually looked out for people. Because you got people who, when they get up there, they don't look back to pull nobody on. And I'm not saying you got to pull everybody on and you owe it to them, but nah, be a good person and put some people on. Like, if you got the information, it's each one teach one. You got the information, help somebody.
If people don't share that information, it goes dead. You know what I mean? Because like I said,
but
we
you
never
got
know.
people who will hold on to that and won't give you their resources or even give you a, hey, I think you should do this. Like, they'll just keep it to themselves. And I'm like, why? You're going to die with that information? Like,
I mean, that's not the good, you know? So now, I heard you mention something about your degrees. So you got a bachelor's, you said?
yeah, I have my bachelor's degree.
Communication?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bachelor's degree in communications. I don't think I want to get my master's right now. Like, my brain power is not to go back to school. But, you know, and I encourage anybody, you know, sometimes school isn't for everyone. Like, if you want to go into a trade, like, I feel like you got to have multiple hustles in this day and age. So, you know, if you want to go to college, get your degree. You need to get your GED, do that. But you don't need that to be successful in life. You got to do what works for you. Like, we're pushing trade school to a lot of these young people right now. Like, get a trade, make some real money, and honestly get out of Buffalo. Like, everybody say, you know, good things are coming to Buffalo, but we're still one of the poorest cities in America. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's poverty stricken. It's, you know, it's poor. So I encourage people, you know, to get away as much as they can.
So you said that podcast started out as a podcast and then blew up into that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so Teen Talk, it started out as a podcast. I would have like students from different high schools come up to the radio station, and then after a while, like, one of the principals in the school was like, man, I heard the podcast. I like what you're really doing. I want you to teach my kids how to do what you do. And he brought me in. I feel like that's the realest thing you could do for somebody. Teach, you know, help them get some money, help them get established, help them set up. So shout out to Mr. King. He helped me. He was a principal, and he's like, you know, you can really teach these kids. You could be a role model for these young women, and you could also show, you know, these young guys a thing or two also. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it was dope. It started out as a podcast, and it turned into an after school program. And like, I'm in 3 different schools. I do after school and I do Saturday Academy, because there's some Buffalo public schools have school programming on Saturdays where you can literally go and learn how to play the drums, play the guitar, paint, different things like that. So
now, do you see, like, you know, I mean, with these after school programs growing, do you see like an impact from the parents being so young having kids?
Yeah. I mean, but then I guess it just depends on the individual, because I know people who had young kids and they're doing great things. I also know people who have older parents and they ain't like, so I guess it just depends on the individual and the person. And at the end of the day, like, you can blame your parents all you want, but it's on you. This is your life. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? So I deal with that a lot. People like, oh, this the neighborhood. This is where I come from. Like, I come from the gutter too, but I made a decision that I'm not going to repeat that cycle. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I guess it's just a personal choice. Like, you got to get up and go get it. You can't blame anybody. But these programmings are out there. There are programs, if you are a young parent, that you can get help. Like, you can get, you know what I mean? There's a lot of programming out there. They just got to want to do it. Like, a lot of people don't even show up for all the free programming that they have. Like, sometimes, you know, it depends on what school I'm at, but some schools are flooded with people and resources from the community, and some people don't show up at all to certain schools. So they're missing a lot of what, you know, is being offered.
Now, if somebody want to help donate to that, how do they go about that?
So you could probably contact Say Yes Buffalo or Buffalo BPS Strong Community Schools. They can always reach out to them, and they have, like I said, there's so many different programs and people that you're going to meet and, you know, network with that's come from all walks of life. So I recommend people, like, definitely check it out. My program is in it, several other programs. So there's resources for people that need help.
To the struggling youth out there right now, what would you suggest to them to try to stay focused and continue to stay in school?
For the youth, I would say, like, don't worry what anybody else has to say. Like, people are going to try to put you down because they're not doing anything with their life, or they're confused, or they're lost. You have to just block all of that out. All that high school stuff, it's gonna mean nothing. Like you probably won't even see the people from high school after. This is what I be trying to tell these kids. Like I know it's your world now, but eventually, like you probably won't even see these people anymore. And it's like, it's so funny, all the popular kids and all the people who were this and that, like, what are they doing right now?
Goes opposite.
It really goes opposite. So I'll be trying to tell them, just stay focused. If you're unique, be unique. If you're weird, be weird. Like everybody's weird. What is weird? You know what I mean? So just be yourself and be unapologetically you. Like, that's all I can say. Like, you can, and people who don't understand that, they're going to miss out, and that's their loss. Just be you. Do you, period.
Determination, stay focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and don't listen to what other people got to say.
Stay in school.
Just get your high school diploma, because that's what they say you need. Just get your high school diploma, because you don't want to be 30, 40 waking up trying to get your GED. It's extremely hard.
The odds are against you then.
Just get your high school diploma. If you don't want to go to college, fine. You want to go to trade school, do that. But do something with your life. Do something, because time goes really fast. Like, life goes fast. Especially once you're out of high school, people don't realize how fast it goes, and you're gonna look back in 10 years and pass you by, and it's like, where did it go? What have you done? And then that's okay. Like I read an article, Steve Harvey, he got his first show at like 42 years old, the Steve Harvey show, and now look at him. He's like
one of the brilliantest persons ever there.
Yeah, everybody's always talking about, oh, you're old. Isn't that the goal, to get old? Like, don't you want to live to 70, 80? Like, don't you want to? Look at Jay-Z, like billionaire at 50 something, like people who, like, there's still milestones to reach. So just don't give up. Don't stop. That's how I feel.
Do you have any goals in life? What's some of your 5-year, 10-year goals?
I mean, I would say I want a record deal, but deals are kind of like obsolete. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not the best thing for you. You can get a deal and get a really like shiesty deal. Like, you hear about that, people coming out all the time. Like, I got, jerked on this deal and they're getting, I didn't make any money. Like, you hear the artists coming out saying that. So I would say just to become worldwide. I don't know if that's going to be a record deal. I don't know if it's going to be a great tour. I don't know if it's going to be a distribution deal. I don't know, but I want to be known worldwide. That's a goal for me.
So huge networking.
Yeah, for sure. Like that'd be great for me. Maybe, maybe start a label, because I've been doing this a long time. So if I eventually don't want to do music, like, I can help other artists. Like, people always say, oh, you could probably can manage artists, or you could probably, you're really good at finding talent. So, if it doesn't work out for me, probably helping somebody else, achieve their stuff.
So what would you say your best asset about yourself is? Like, your best skill?
Networking. I can go into any room, and I'm such like an introverted extrovert. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I'm very shy, but in a room full of people, I'm going to stand out. I'm going to network. I'm going to get what I need to get out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I would say networking is, because a lot of people can't do that. People can't walk up to strangers and have a conversation. People can't,
It's different. It's yeah.
People can't do it. I know people who be like, oh my God, I can't. Or they'll fold when they see a celebrity or something like that. Like, I'm cool. I'm totally cool with that.
You just got to be yourself. Just naturally let it flow.
And be confident. Like, you are somebody too.
What's your biggest fear in life? Besides that, what's your biggest fear?
Dying. I think that's probably my biggest fear. Dying and leaving behind like unfinished business. Not setting my family up the way I want them to be set up.
Would you consider that being scared to live, though? If you're scared to die?
I don't think I'm scared to live. I'm living every day. I'm trying to get it. I am afraid that if I don't get it, you know what I'm saying, leave it behind debt or family or stuff like that. But my main concern is trying to get this and set my family up for generations. That's my main thing. Like, I feel like if I get on and I get this certain amount of money, I'm not going to squander it. I'm going to invest it. I'm going to help people, and I'm going to especially put my family on. And they can create business, and we can create businesses for the family, and they can create it for their friends and their family. Like, that's what I want to do.
Positively or negatively, how would you say success changed you?
I don't know. So the other day I heard like somebody was like, oh, I don't care what nobody say about you if you bougie and you stuck up. I'm like, I think I'm one of the most down to earth people, but I don't tolerate like bullshit. Like, I don't tolerate it. I can kind of feel weird vibes, corny vibes, and I'm the type that I choose not to entertain it. I'm not going to fake like we like each other. Why should we do that? So that might be negative in a way. Like if I don't like you or if you rub me the wrong way, you probably gonna feel it. Like or I'm gonna let you know about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you said you got a movie coming? What is?
Yeah, so the movie is called The Come Up. We actually had the premiere a couple weeks ago. So big shout out to Dre Cash and Drip and I'm Living B and Dave Stanfield. The movie was shot by Dig. It's about two guys that they stumble upon. They're down on their luck and then they stumble upon something and then they come up and I play the person that they took something from. So I have to get it back. So I'm like a gangster in that film.
How was that?
It was amazing. I mean, I got good feedback from everybody. I feel like they didn't have to tell me I did good. I mean, like people I didn't even know was coming up to me saying like, man, you did good and all. So
did you have to remember your roles and like what?
Yeah, like a lot. But he basically wrote the script and he came to me and said, look, I got a movie. This part is for you. Like I wrote this with you in mind. I'm like, really? So I did plays back in the day, like when I was in, school, grammar school, high school, like Snow White and, Pinocchio and stuff like that. So I kind of already, what I'm saying? And then when you rapping, you kind of like in a different, like I'm completely different than when I'm on stage than when I'm just chilling. So you kind of already have it in you. So yeah, he gave me the script and it was like, I tried to memorize it, but it was more or less like once we got on set, if he would feed me like, hey, this is the situation, and then boom, you go. So I tried to stick to script as much as possible, but
how many retakes did you guys have to do?
Not a lot. And that's what he said. He was like, I'm telling you, like we would be laughing and playing around on set. And the moment they said action, it was like, boom, let's go.
Game time.
Yeah. So as of right now, you can cop it. It's on, they didn't put it on streaming yet. It is going on streaming. We just had 2 premieres we had one at the Hurdle Theater, the North Park Theater on Hurdle. And then we had another one at Dipson Theater on Main Street. So now they're on USB. So you can plug it into your TV, your smart TV, your laptop, and you can get that from our Live and Be store or the comeupmerch.com.
Was it kind of nervous going into that? Or?
Yeah, I was definitely nervous, but like again, like once he said action, I forget. I just go. Same thing with going on stage. Of course, I'm nervous. Palms be sweaty. And then when you get up on stage, you just go. You just kind of turn into a whole different person.
How did that networking open right there? This person just came to you and was like, oh, I got this.
Like I know the guy. I know him. And he literally said, like, I wrote this part with you in mind. Like I knew I wanted a bad female who don't take no stuff. And he was like, this part is for you. And I was like, well, I'm honored and I'm going to try my best to like, you know what I'm saying? Get it, do what it do. And everybody said I did good. So if you guys can check out the Come Up, it'll be on streaming soon. But as of right now, you can get it from the I'm Living Be store or you can get it online at thecomeupmerch.com.
Make sure you guys cop that. That's something special.
Please check it out. It's pretty good. It's, you guys like Tubi movies? It's probably like that. You know what I mean? On Tubi.
Make sure you guys get it. You know what I mean? Support it. You know, review it. Also, what's up with you wilding out?
Okay, so that was just a tribute. Like everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're wilding out." I wasn't on wilding out. It was a tribute. So this kid named Evan, he's a content creator. He basically, loves Nick Cannon, and he's like it's Black History Month. So I'm doing to do stuff to honor him, and that's basically what we did. We just did a bunch of games. We had it in the Galleria Mall in this place called Impacting Love. It's a store actually it's a church in the Galleria Mall. But they let us use the space. So that was really fun. Like that was just, improv is tough. Like they putting, stuff up on the board and you got to rap it out or you got to do props. Like I have a newfound respect for people who do improv. Like that is crazy. It's really hard.
Really?
But it was really fun. It's challenging, but it was hard. Like I don't like looking like a fool or I feel like, oh, I look stupid. I'm such a control freak.
Is that where that shyness sets in?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want everything to be perfect, even though I know it's not going to be perfect.
Never.
But I just don't like looking crazy. But it was so much fun. Big shout out to Evan from 716 on Instagram. So those video footage and clips are going to be dropping real soon. And, I told him hopefully we can do either another one or something more original the same way, build your own thing, kind of like that.
What's been the hardest flower in your garden to water? For you to grow?
Weaning off distractions. Like I do so much I can get distracted really easy because I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. So just kind of like getting rid of distractions and not spending a lot of time on social media. It's just a consistency. Like I'm consistent in a lot of areas, but in some areas I'm slacking. So like just trying to pick up in those areas is what I would say. I want to put out way more music than what I'm putting out. Like that's what I wanted the forefront, which it kind of takes the back seat because you're doing all this other stuff to build up your brand. And now, you know what I'm saying? You haven't been to the studio in 2 or 3 weeks. So it's kind of crazy. Upcoming artists, it's hard for you to have a job and work and have families and have multiple things going on because, that takes away from all the creativity that you're doing. Like you'll be
spread you thin.
Yeah. So it's like I've been up since 4:30. Like when I leave here, I'm like, I gotta finish this song. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm tired. Then the next day I gotta start it all over again. So
man, girl, you got a lot of energy.
It's a lot. And I don't drink coffee or anything like that, but
really
it's just inside.
No energy drinks, no none of that?
Mm-mm.
Natural.
Yeah.
So food's a big part of your health right now, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to watch what I eat. Don't get me wrong. I like cookies. I like cakes. Like they say J-Lo has a cookie a day. So I be having my cookie a day or two. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like treat yourself, like it's hard if you want to have something. What I'm trying not to do is have whole cheat weekends. Like if I'll have a cheat meal, not a cheat weekend or a cheat day, like a cheat meal. Like that's it. I'm doing protein. So I'm definitely doing like heavy on protein bars.
What is it, like a pre?
So I put protein in my like smoothies and my shake after my workout, and that keeps me full. Some people do pre-workout. That's like somebody said it's caffeine and it's an energy booster, but I really don't. I wake up, I'm already like energized. I pretty much know what I got to do. So I don't know. I was actually asking somebody about pre-workout and how they liked it, but I'm really funny with drinks. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like how certain foods taste and certain drinks. So I haven't took any pre-workout, but the smoothies, I definitely put a protein supplement, and then I have protein bars throughout the day because protein going to help burn that fat. One of the trainers that I used to work with told me that, like, just strictly working out, like, you got to up your protein so it could cut that fat.
What's your most dreadful workout?
Like the most dreadful exercise?
Yeah, that you don't like. I don't want to do this, but I know it's going to help.
I would say burpees and split squats. Those are hard.
Burpees. That's the ones that you go up and down, like
up and down. Like you jump up, you go push up, you jump up. Like that's straight cardio.
They help with the explosion, right? It's the fast twitch or whatever.
That's fat. That's how you burn fat. You got to get that heart rate up, and that's where you burn the fat. Like people like, yeah, I'm walking. I do a 2-mile walk. Like, yeah, that's good. You're active, but if you want to burn fat, you got to get your heart rate up. You got to do that high intensity workout and then bring it back down. So.
Now, do you cycle it?
Like, do I do cycling?
Yeah.
I have. That stuff is crazy. Like. I'm more like strength training. Like I like to lift weights. I like to do boot camp. I like to do HIIT workouts. I like to jog. I'll jog with my dog. But I mainly like lift weights and stuff like that.
What's your focus music when you're doing that?
My focus music? Who I've been listening to? I like some of the 90s rap. I can go from Wu-Tang to Lil Baby to Lil Wayne to Uzi Vert. It just depends, like what gets me moving. You know what I'm saying? So I jump around.
Nice. Would you ever want to be a personal trainer yourself, or?
I was actually thinking about it because it's crazy. Ever since I've been low in these things, like my body's not where I want to be. Like I see.
That was your vision with your platform that you're doing. You said.
Well, I just want to help other people get into a routine like I was. I kind of didn't think I want to be a personal trainer. Like I thought about it, and I literally had people coming up to me like, yo, can you train me? I'm like, I'm not a personal trainer. But that's where the YouTube videos are going to come in. Like if you want to follow along, we going to get our body right together. Like I'm going to try my best. But also I did think about getting certified. Like why not? You know what I mean? Like I said, my body is not where I want it to be, but I'm healthy.
But you got discipline and the drive to do it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be all hard either. I like being soft. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this tight, super, super tight. Like I want to cut fat in a lot of different places, but I don't mind being soft and, having that.
You don't want
extra.
to be no muscle.
I don't want to be all muscle. I don't want muscle butt. I want a juicy bubble butt. You know what I mean? Like, I want a hard butt. I want a soft butt.
Yeah, of course. You want nice and squishy.
Yeah, so it's like you want to, you got to balance it out. But I would definitely try personal training. If I could get certified, that's a goal. It's definitely a goal on my list, like down the line, like seriously.
Well, I suggest to those ones that want to go back to the juiciness, just eat a lot of fast food.
Or
then the softness will come back.
See, but the fast food is like, you don't want that cellulite. You don't want too much cellulite. I would say like if you, I don't know, I ain't trying to gain weight, so I ain't even going there. I'm trying to lose weight.
Biggest problem right now is staying consistent. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta stay consistent.
It's definitely a mental thing. It's a mental thing. Like you got to get up every day. Like,
do you believe in that 7 days or whatever you break the 7 days, 21-day thing, and then you break the habit?
I mean, I've heard of it. I've never counted the days, but I
going.
never was a morning person, and now I'm a morning person. Now my body instantly wakes up at 4 a.m, 5 o'clock because I'm just trained to do it.
I have to ask you, did you notice that change of your time pattern when you start becoming more successful and active?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
You got to get up early. Like I heard that nobody super successful sleeps 8 hours a day. No. That's what I heard. So I'm like 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm not getting 8 to 10 hours a day. And like a lot of people that I watch, they're not getting 8 to 10 hours a day. But you got to be super productive in those hours too. Like, and that's why getting up early, you're kind of ahead of the game for people that's waking up at noon. You already got 7 hours on them. You already got 7 hours on them. So it's like, I'm not where I want to be at all, but I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working towards it.
What's the most extravagant place you've visited?
Ooh, extravagant. I got a lot of places I want to go, but I would say my favorite place I've been to recently, Hawaii. Hawaii was beautiful. That was really nice. I went to Honolulu, Puerto Rico. I'm trying to get to Bora Bora. That's like on my list for this year. Try to do something like that. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to Africa, Dubai. Like that's on my list of stuff. But
business. Tax rate? No.
But yeah, I would say Hawaii. That was probably my longest plane ride, and it was 10 hours.
Oh my goodness.
But it's beautiful over there. I recommend, and you don't need a passport. I recommend people want to find a nice place to go to where you don't need a passport. Try Hawaii.
I just visited there too. I was
you liked it?
Yeah, I got a tattoo down there. And
really? What part of Hawaii did you go to?
I was on the North Shore.
Like I didn't get to go to all the islands like Maui. I didn't get to go to all the different islands. Like you need to be there a longer time to do all that.
That trip turned into Friday. I was supposed to come back. Then it turned into Sunday. Then Wednesday.
I like those trips. I
got to get back and get these podcasts.
I like those trips. Yeah. So I haven't been anywhere too crazy because I'm like, I really don't like flying, but I will fly. Like if I could drive everywhere.
Highly recommend it. It's a 9-hour flight, first class, no matter what. Get the ones where you can lay down. That is a long ride. Yeah, and my sister wants to go to Dubai, and she's like, it's going to be 12 hours, 14 hours. So I'm like... I'm not a plane person. I really don't like the turbulence and all that. I cannot... I went through some crazy... We went through a thunderstorm, okay? Literally, everybody's bouncing. This guy, after it's over, he's like, yeah, that was great. I looked at him. I was so mad. I'm like, you really enjoyed that? He was like, yeah. I was terrified. I'm over there praying, Lord, just please get me off the plane. Please. I know they probably like, this lady, shut up. And then my one friend, she didn't even know we were going through a thunderstorm. She had her headphones on. So next thing she's just like, what's going on? It was a hot mess. If I could drive everywhere, like I really want an RV. Like I really want my own RV or Sprinter. I would literally drive everywhere if I could. I really would. Like I want to do it like that. Whole family. You can't drive to Dubai though. Definitely can't. Now they got them flying water cars. Like, oh my goodness! But I'm terrified. I don't like planes, but I will get on planes. But I don't like them. I will never forget this time I was coming back from Florida, and the turbulence caught. And do you know how you can see the GPS on the plane of where you're? Yeah, where you're going over the ocean. That's the height of what your distance is, and we're like 37,000 feet. And scared. Next, you know, it wakes me up on my sleep, and it just when I start jolting. And the person I'm sitting next to, they ain't got the window open. So I'm just like, I can't even see my death. What's going on. I can't even see my death. I'm just looking down and I could just picture, like, I just know the plane's going down like this and my stomach is dropping. I'm just like, it's not stopping. We're at 30,000. We just dropped 7,000 feet in seconds. That's scary. Are we going to really crash? I don't know what I would do. I just don't like being out of control like that. I always keep the window down. I never really look out the window. I love to travel, but just not. I don't know. I'm not a plane person. I want it over as quick as possible, please. And please, just get me off this plane. I had to eat like a whole chocolate edible. Somebody freaked out on a plane. I seen like they got put off. Like she started freaking out. I've never seen that in person. I was like, oh my God. What, panic? Yeah, like she must have took something. How do you do that? What are you gonna do in the air though? No, this before we even took off. They got her up out of there. They got her up out of there, but I guess she started freaking out. I'm like, I don't want to be on a plane when somebody start freaking out or fighting in the air. Like I would be like, that'd be scary. I mean, what are Is there? I mean, I don't ever see security.
I don't see any air marshals.
Like, I mean,
they say they have these air marshals. I've never seen one.
Better hope you got a hero on there that's gonna come and save you or something.
Yeah, I get scared. I don't like planes.
Yeah, they're definitely not one of my cup of teas. So, like I said, have we got anything big looking forward in the future?
Just hopefully more collaborations with more established artists. Keep networking. I've got a couple people in the industry I'm gunning for to try to like. Hey, this is me. Can you, if you invest in me, I'm going to make some money, period. You know what I'm saying? Like from all different avenues. So it's like, it's a matter of just like taking a chance. But yeah, hopefully more collaborations, more movies, more Michelle Visa.
A report, but differently, right?
Visa report.
I can't get over that. It's really mind-boggling.
I had people literally like hitting me up. Like I used to listen to you in jail. Like I used to hear you when we were in the box. Seriously.
That's where I listen to you. I am not gonna lie.
I'm telling you, people used to write me at the station. Like we would look forward to this segment. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm happy to be back on the radio. It's coming soon at the end of the month, and
And also, I knew when that played, I think it was at 3 o'clock or 3:30.
It played several times a day, so it played like 12, then 3, then 7, and 9.
Oh yeah, it was a different one.
Yeah,
so then we knew what time it was during the day, because when you're in the box, you can't see nothing. You know what I mean? So really, it's hey, what time is it? I think it's this time.
Yeah, so that meant a lot. That meant a lot to for people to be like, yo, you really like. We looked forward to hearing that.
It was fun.
And I would shout some people out too.
It was a lot of that gossip.
Yeah,
but,
I had to give the rundown.
Spicy stuff.
I had to give the rundown. So. Which is like, and I've done, luckily with radio, I've been able to do red carpets. Like I've literally done the BET Awards,
really,
Black Girls Rock, MTV Awards. Like I've had the opportunity to be interviewing all type of celebrities, all type of stars. So I'm like, I can't wait till the day I'm on the opposite side and people are like interviewing me and stuff like that. So I know it could happen. It could happen. So
what was that like, being on the red carpet with all those celebrities? And
it's pressure because it's like you don't want to say the wrong thing. You got to remember everything about this artist or this person. You don't want to look stupid. You don't want to say the wrong thing. Like it's just crazy. Like I met Tyler, the Creator, and we were talking to interview, and he completely stops the interview. Like, oh my God, your gloves, that's hard. He was like commenting on my outfit. All my questions went out the window, but we just had to vibe like off of that. So it's like. It's just quick on your toes, like, okay, who's coming down next? Like, I've met so many people, Nick Cannon and Mulatto, and like I said, Tyler, Creator. I mean, Rick Ross. I've met so many people. It's crazy. So hopefully I can be on the other side of the road.
What would you suggest to somebody that's chasing, whether it's a platform, a podcast, or anything, to keep their brain sharp on remembering that? Did you ever do any skills? Did you always read?
You definitely got to do your research. And I just operate with integrity. Like if it's some messy stuff, like I've never been a messy type of person. Like I did the Visa report. It's kind of like gossip, but it was never like malicious or like I said, I operate with integrity. It's never, certain questions you don't ask or certain things you don't say. Like I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. Mm-hmm. But what was the question again?
What would the training that you can suggest to somebody to stay focused?
As you can see, I have memory loss to be like, what do you know what I mean? What's going on? I just write everything down. Like I literally write stuff down. I write stuff down with paper and pen, or I put it in my phone and just do your research. You got to know what you're talking about. You don't get up there and look stupid. Then you can tell, like when something's generic, you can kind of tell, like, did somebody do any research on me? Do they know, do you know what this person's got going on? So you kind of want to know. I say, do your research, go through their social media, go Google them, you know what I'm saying? Try to figure out who their friends are and stuff. Like you gotta look at that kind of stuff.
Who's been your biggest supporter?
Probably my parents, my mom, my dad. They always be like, regardless, we're proud of you. You're doing it. You're doing your thing. So I would say my biggest supporter is them. Like if I needed money, or if I needed, a word of encouragement, if I needed a prayer, if I needed a shoulder to cry on, those are, and I have two sisters too. My two sisters, like I use them for everything. My makeup, my hair, my this, my that. They be tired of me. I said, it's going to pay off one day though. It's going to pay off. So biggest support is my family. My circle is very small. It's very tight. And I don't have a problem with that. Like I don't need 500 friends. You know what I'm saying?
Rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I like that. I love that saying. You know what I mean? 100 pennies, you never know what's going to do.
We know how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, of course. But you got those 4 solid ones, that's bigger than anything.
For sure.
It equals the same amount.
For sure.
What's one thing that you can suggest to the viewers out there to to fight through their struggles and know that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel no matter what?
I mean, I feel like we don't know what, it's hard to say, like, what is your destiny? Like, we don't know that. But if you don't work towards something, like, how will you ever know? How do you know if you don't try? Like, so I guess some days are going to be better than others. Some days you're going to cry. Some days it's going to, you know what I mean? You ain't going to feel like dragging yourself out of bed. And that's okay. Some days you need to lay there in bed and do nothing. Like, don't kill yourself working, you know what I mean? Some days you need a mental health day is what I say. Like, you need a reset. That's okay to take that time for yourself. Just, don't take too long, but take that time for yourself. People who are writing, they have writer's block. Sometimes you might need to get away and get some inspiration. Like, you might need to do that, and that's okay.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of people fail to realize, mental health is a big thing, part of living.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of, people struggling with that. You'll be surprised at how many people are struggling with it.
I personally think, COVID and all that, that was a traumatic era that a lot of people still are having trouble with that now.
Definitely.
We're in it's like coming out of the depression, like everyone's upset, nothing's adding up. It's just, it's a real dark, cloudy time right now. And
yeah, self-care is so important. Like, take those mental health days, work out, take a bath, get your feet done. I mean, I don't know. Visit with grandma. Take time for you. Like, whatever works for you, like, you have to do that. And don't, people who make me feel a certain way on social media, I don't follow them. Like, if it's somebody who makes you say, oh, I hate the way they're living, oh, they make me sick, I can't, why follow them? If they're not making you feel good about, or they're making you feel bad about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're following the wrong people. Start following some stuff that, some motivational post, things like encouraging things, instead of just, oh, that like popped in. Oh, that was a microphone. But it sounds good. It's in both headphones now.
Oh, it's only in one?
It wasn't only in one, but now I hear it. Like, it sounds better. I don't know what he did. It sounds good. Hello?
Oh, it's probably wiggled loose.
But yeah, man, I just feel like mental health is so real. Like, you have to take care of yourself, because how else? Who gonna take care of you? How you gonna take care of everybody else? You gonna take care of yourself. I'm a big advocate for that. Like, get your mental health in order. Some people, if you need to go to a counselor, go to a counselor. Like, if you feel that. But some people don't. That's not always the right thing either, because sometimes the counselors they may not be helpful either. They don't know your struggles. Yeah, they don't know your struggles. They don't know what you're going through. So it's like,
counselor, that's got to be an odd job, just to sit there and acquire all these problems that you're hearing. Like, how do you? That's crazy. But yeah,
I think they're more of like, from what I've seen, like, give you like coping strategies, like stuff to cope with what you're going through, and try to let you know, like, your feelings are valid and this is how you can deal with them. But mental health is definitely real, and there's a lot of crazies out there. Like, and it's a lot of evil people. It's a lot of evil people.
A lot of wolves in sheep clothing.
Oh yeah, or they're just blatantly wolves out there. It's just a lot of people like that are. Just got to be careful. Just keep your circle. Keep yourself grounded and watch your back. With my, do you know Hassan Campbell? He's a YouTuber. That's my guy though. He's from New York City, and he's very controversial because he talks about everybody. He gets hundreds and thousands of streams, but he always say, live life like you're on the run. Like, stay dangerous. That's his thing. Careful of your circle, for they hurt you. Like, these are things that he taught me.
That's evil.
These are things that he taught me. Like, seriously, like,
live your life like you're on the run.
Live life like you on the run. Watch your back at all times, period. Stay dangerous. So that's what I learned. For real, you just never know.
Yeah. Well, it's coming to that point of this episode where we come into the end, and we like to end it in a positive manner. What can you suggest and uplift these viewers with something positive?
Listen, don't give up. Don't let age dictate when you should stop doing something. Don't let people's negative seeds be implanted in your mind. Keep working, keep growing, keep shining, and and be kind. That's the biggest thing. Like, I feel like, be kind. That's going to take you a long way. Like, be nice to people. And in turn, that I feel like people will be nice to you. You get what you put out. I know it's like, oh, bad things happen to me, but no, you do good, you'll get good. You do dirt, you'll get dirt. So just, like I said, don't let people's negative seeds be implanted into your mind.
Okay. And what's all your platforms again?
At Michelle Visa. I'm on TikTok. Follow me there. I'm active there. At Michelle Visa on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, like everything. It's Visa the Villain.
And make sure you purchase that.
Yeah, go get the music. The album that's out right now is called Our Daily Bread. And I think you guys will really like it. It's if you're really a hip hop fan, it's a lot of boom bap beats. It's just straight bars and soul instrumentals. Like you gotta, you know what I mean? I think we got a lot of, again, we co-signed, like Benny the Butcher co-signed us, like you guys are fire. Like listen, you know what I mean? We're working and we spitting that realness. Like you be the judge. I want people to, I've had people say they were like really surprised at how good the album is. And I'm working on another one and just, you know, I'm on Michelle Visa, or you can look up Mona Visa on Apple, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, all that.
Well, keep your determination up, keep your drive up, keep being inspiring, you know, because that's just you can see it all in you. You know, you got a genuine drive that, whether it's from the kids you're trying to help in the schools, you know what I mean, up until right now.
Yeah, I literally have people message me like, you inspire me. I be like, I don't know what I did, but that's what I'm here for. Then I own it. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So just keep doing that. Keep shedding that light, and that door is going to open up for you. I see it.
I'm praying.
Well, like I said, thanks for tuning in, people. Another episode.
Yo, it's your boy Dirty O. I wanted to take the time to let my black queens have the floor. Sacrifice a track, let them talk they shit.
Hopped up in this bitch like who want it with Queen. Let's bring the house down. Haters hate, I'm making that noise, hoping I pipe down. Anybody make it an issue, it's on sight now. I'm Wall Street bullying bitches, who wanna fight now? On my Wayne shit, but it's Vicky's baby. Anybody wanna feature now? Fuck, you pay me. The work I put in day to day make y'all all look lazy. I'm serving up these entrees, nigga. Hold, I'm gravy. What y'all know about them late nights trapping in the rain? Gotta get that dough up, cause bills gotta be paid. I skip class just to hustle. Had bricks up in the duffel. 9 tuck just for the scruffle. I promise I'm David Ruffin with that old soul sweet Miss Sadie. But while out like a young bitch and he come and get this lady. No acting, I will rock. No Grammy to chill. Nah, bring on the drama. I smoke it and make it a thrill. Step up in the room like a lady. Spit balls like a nigga. Long live the queen in this bitch. Shit, hell, you figure this the N to the I to the N-O. Force finest if they didn't get the memo.
So what you hoes got? Cause lyrically, I show ops. Flow hot as stove tops. Real stats, no bots. Pretty bitch, next top. Thick one, pink lock. You competition, I think not. One take, y'all got mad edits. Can't fuck with Visa, y'all got bad credit. Chanel slippers with the handbag. Niggas tricking on me, let my band stack. No AC, where my fans at? Best to do it, they saying that. Rich dad, call me Hillary Banks. Head of an army, a general. Yeah, I'm pulling my rank. Such a fucking lady. I drink my wet to the face. Big bottles of Ace, expensive shit, acquired taste. Can't afford it. Your favorite rapper stay on some fiend shit. Like I ain't his dream bitch. You know I'm dope, I give him that lean itch. All my bitches strapped, yeah, my hoes dyking for me. Lyrically, left niggas, now somebody writing for me.
We use dollars as crutch, a few got it in blood. Killers on my team, I pay them with food, bottles, and bud. Ball shit, niggas can't make a move till I discuss. Just to see how far we came was like proof God was with us. It was all grind, sweat and tears, blood from my vessel. All this success here different when you come from the ghetto. That's why I'm quick to ask that nigga, what you offering me? Fuck a date, bitch, if you broke, then you too toxic for me. Niggas watch from bed while I profit bread. Bitch, my pocket's blessed, I'm pocking flesh. Cause every time I rap, niggas be shocked and pressed. Cause anytime I'm here, I gotta shut it down. Now it's handshakes and respect whenever I come around. That's fact.
I can't play nice with you bitches, I've been on a mission. They say two wrongs can't make a right, but I'm the wrong that's different. I'm not listed, so my radar say to kill you bitches. I don't worry about you niggas. This good pussy like attention. I don't like to listen. I'm that bitch that gets you in your feelings. Sorry, Roger, I'm a menace, so destructive like I'm Dennis. And with this wagon that I'm dragging, you know I'm packed in women. I can have your bitch on my pussy too. That's the things I'm giving. Nasty as fuck. Is you hearing me? In the bed, in the booth, in this lane. Ain't no passing me. Take caution if you next to me. You see how my moves is off the ecstasy. It's destiny to shatter your dreams. No second guessing me. I'm gasoline, think heavily. Run to the hills like Beverly. On everything they pray I don't win, but this was heavenly. Don't battle me, cause me against you, it's not affecting me. This animal, I'm big as a lion. You like a rat to me.
There you have it. 4 of the hardest females you gonna ever hear in your life. Y'all make sure y'all pay homage to these queens. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Let's go.